If I see one more comment about someone talking about 6ix9ine, I'm gonna get mad. Stop talking about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear a theory about it. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, it was this. Yo, Red. Listen, boy, listen. Stop that, okay? You guys are causing me a lot of trouble, okay? Detectives came to me already, okay? Like, it's getting ridiculous. They're going to my mom. Like, this is a big problem. If you guys keep going with this Island Boy stuff, I promise you I'm gonna get mad.
The internet exploded after headlines and commentary channels started circulating claims that federal investigators were looking into the Island Boys following rumors connecting them to a break-in at 6ix9ine's residence. None of the allegations were confirmed, but that didn't matter. The moment the Island Boys' names were tied to a federal investigation, even through speculation, the story took on a life of its own. The internet has always treated the Island Boys like a chaotic spectacle, but this rumor pushed them into an entirely different category. Suddenly, it wasn't just drama or clout-chasing antics. The narrative shifted into something darker, more serious, and far more damaging to their already unstable reputation.
He's talked openly about not having security, and then he's advertising that he's not home on this live stream.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's silly. I don't know why he's out there bragging about not having security, because he definitely needs security, and this is not gonna go away for multiple reasons. He's an easy target. You know, when you walk around with, you know, $250,000 in jewelry on you, if you insist on walking around with that type of money, then you need professional help. And it's your friends hanging out with you obviously are insufficient. You need people that know what they're doing.
Clips, reactions, think pieces, and commentary channels ran full breakdowns within hours, analyzing what the alleged investigation meant, how credible the claims were, and what evidence social media believed the feds supposedly found. The speculation intensified when different online sources began adding details, again none confirmed, suggesting federal agents discovered materials that raised questions about the Island Boys' involvement in the drama surrounding 6ix9ine. Some pages said it was electronics, others said it was communication logs, some even claimed it was items that allegedly connected them to people around 6ix9ine's orbit. None of it was official. But social media doesn't need official statements to build a wildfire. All it takes is a headline, a rumor, and two controversial internet figures who seem to stumble into chaos like it's second nature. Combine that with 6ix9ine's name, someone forever tied to street politics, federal cases, and viral scandals, and the story instantly became too gripping for the internet to ignore. Comment sections erupted with theories. Some viewers thought the Island Boys were being falsely accused because of their reputation. Others believe the allegations fit the pattern of chaotic behavior people associated with them. A third group focused solely on 6ix9ine, claiming that any situation involving him automatically becomes dramatic. Regardless of the angle, the rumor created an online frenzy. Thousands of creators added their own spin, and suddenly the narrative wasn't just about a possible investigation. It became a conversation about fame, downfall, and what happens when internet personalities step too close to real-life situations with real-life consequences. What made the situation even more shocking was how quickly the rumor blended into the Island Boys' long list of controversies. The public is used to seeing them in fights, arguments, live stream chaos, and questionable antics. But federal involvement? That elevated things beyond normal influencer drama. Even people who never cared about the Island Boys began tuning in, wanting to know whether the feds were truly looking into them, or if social media had simply built a story out of thin air. Regardless of the truth, the Island Boys were once again pulled into the center of a storm far bigger than themselves, and everyone online wanted to see how deep the situation really went.
If God forbid it doesn't go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry assets and invest into something, so you guys will never ever be broke again.
Hey, hold on. No, hold on. Hold on.
Podcast.
No.
Here, I'm moving for you. I was giving you nice advice, bro.
As more pages weighed in, the story evolved from simple rumor to full-blown internet investigation. Every creator with a microphone became a detective, replaying old clips, live stream moments, and interviews to determine whether the Island Boys could realistically be involved in anything tied to 6ix9ine's situation. People dissected their relationships, their old connections, their social circles, and any past comments linking them to 6ix9ine's world.
Stop mentioning me in your videos. Stop. Or whatever videos you're mentioning me in, stop mentioning me in the comment section. Stop! Stop, you understand me?
Even though none of it provided real evidence, the online community built a narrative piece by piece, turning unrelated events into clues. It didn't matter whether any of it would hold up in a real investigation, the internet was treating speculation like a puzzle, each creator adding their own theory to the board. Some commentary channels claimed the Island Boys had been acting suspiciously in recent streams, pointing to vague statements, nervous energy, or jokes that could be interpreted in multiple ways.
Hey, for anyone that's saying that I had robbed somebody's house, 6ix9ine, Red is in the west coast of Florida, and I was in Vegas. I just got to Florida, just now. I'm writing a taxi. I just got to Florida. What you saying? Tripping? I ain't robbed nothing, man.
Others suggested they had fallen in with the wrong crowd, associating with people who might have connections to 6ix9ine or his long list of online and offline conflicts. These theories quickly gained traction, not because they were accurate, but because they were entertaining. The Island Boys' unpredictable behavior made every theory seem slightly plausible. When people expect chaos from you, even the wildest rumor feels believable.
If I see one more comment about someone talking about 6ix9ine, I'm gonna get mad. Stop talking about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear a theory about it. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, it was this. Oh, yo, Red. Yo, Red. Listen, boy, listen. Stop that, okay? You guys are causing me a lot of trouble, okay? Detectives came to me already, okay? Like, it's getting ridiculous. They're going to my mom. Like, this is a big problem. If you guys keep going with this Island Boy stuff, I promise you I'm gonna get mad.
Meanwhile, the alleged found items became the centerpiece of discussion. Some creators said the feds uncovered messages. Some said it was stolen property. Others said it was nothing incriminating at all. The details changed depending on who was narrating the story, but the intensity stayed the same. The vagueness created more mystery, and more mystery meant more views, more conversation, and more pressure on the Island Boys' public image. The internet doesn't wait for confirmation. It builds truth out of repetition. Another layer of tension came from the involvement of 6ix9ine's name. Anything connected to him automatically becomes a magnet for controversy. His history with federal cases, high-profile beefs, and dangerous street politics made fans suspect anyone linked to him. So when the rumor connected the Island Boys to a federal investigation involving 6ix9ine, people assumed the situation must be serious. They imagined retaliation, conspiracies, inside jobs, or revenge plots, even though every detail was speculation. This is how online scandals grow. The situation becomes less about what actually happened and more about what the public thinks could have happened. People projected their own narratives onto the Island Boys because the duo already carries the weight of being controversial, unpredictable, and unstable.
What's up? So I want to make this video to clear up all the fake news and rumors. So the world knows this. It's a fact. I'm on house arrest. I've been on house arrest. I think everyone in America and everyone across the world knows that I'm on house arrest. Yesterday, they allowed me to leave for work. People, I guess, saw that I was on live stream with Jack Doherty. They took that opportunity to do some. Like I said, it's me, so I get it. The rules are different for me. But if it was your favorite artist, your favorite actor, and that was done, they don't get no cool points for that. My mom is 60 years old. Y'all know I'm supposed to come home. Y'all know I'm home all the time. I'm on house arrest. So y'all take the opportunity that I'm not home. Y'all see me on live stream with Jack Doherty in Miami, and y'all do that. That's whack. Get no coupon for. I don't think nobody respects that.
The rumor fit too perfectly into the internet's image of them. And because of that, the alleged investigation took on a life of its own, making the Island Boys look like they were drowning in something far bigger than their usual drama. The rumor's power came from how deeply it tapped into the Island Boys' history of chaotic internet presence.
Police report.
Allegedly, people are saying it was the Island Boys.
No, I don't even think Island Boys.
No, I swear, that's what I saw. I swear. That's what. No.
There were kids in this neighborhood.
What
so
the
let
fuck?
me leave that real clear. There's 230 homes in my neighborhood. what it's pointing out to be. Yeah, he didn't do that then. But what was pointed out to be that it was kids in the neighborhood because there was no car that came in, no car that left. So it was white kids at that.
No way.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no.
There was no tattoos. So
Are you gonna be?
this myth that it was those two brothers and there's no tattoos. Their face was able to see. There was no tats. So that's just a myth. It's just Instagram conspiracy. Whatever fuck. But anyway, long story short, I'm glad that my mom's okay. I'm glad that my dog's okay. I'm glad that my family's okay.
Amazing.
And these people took the opportunity when I wasn't home.
For years, their brand has been built on shock value, arguments on live stream, questionable decisions, falling outs with friends, public meltdowns, and viral moments that feel like a mixture of entertainment and tragedy. They've been mocked, memed, criticized, and dismissed as internet clowns. So when a rumor suggested federal agents were looking into them, the public was ready to believe it, not because of evidence, but because of reputation. This created a powerful narrative, the idea that their online antics had finally crossed into real-world consequences. Whether true or not, the rumor made fans feel like they were witnessing the moment when entertainment collided with reality. Commentators began framing the Island Boys as cautionary tales, influencers who flew too close to the flame and now risked getting burned. Entire videos surfaced describing how fame without discipline leads to disaster. Others argued that the Island Boys had become victims of their own image. When you act unhinged long enough, people assume the worst about you. The situation also sparked conversations about the darker side of internet fame. Many creators pointed out that controversy-driven personalities often blur the line between performance and truth. The Island Boys built careers on being outrageous, unpredictable, and wild. But when real legal terminology entered the conversation, federal investigation, search, property, evidence, those same antics no longer seemed funny. They felt dangerous. Fans began asking whether the Island Boys even understood how serious the rumor had become. Of course, the online debate wasn't one-sided. Some people defended the duo, claiming the internet was blowing things out of proportion. They argued that the rumor lacked sources, that no official confirmation existed, and that people were projecting criminal narratives onto influencers because it made for entertaining content. This group insisted the Island Boys were easy targets, controversial enough to accuse, too unstable to defend themselves, and too addicted to attention to stay out of scandalous headlines. But even defenders couldn't slow down the rumor. It grew bigger with every repost, every reaction video, every TikTok theory. The internet wasn't interested in waiting for facts. It was fascinated by the idea of federal agents investigating two viral influencers who had turned their fame into a spectacle. The Island Boys' history made the allegation feel believable, and believability is all a rumor needs to survive online. What kept the story alive the longest was the question everyone kept asking. If investigators really did find something, what was it? That mystery became the hook, drawing millions into a narrative built entirely on speculation, fear, curiosity, and the Island Boys' long-standing reputation for chaos. As days passed, the rumor evolved into a full-scale cultural moment. Not because new details emerged, they didn't, but because creators continued expanding the story, adding layers of interpretation and symbolic meaning. Some commentators framed the situation as a turning point for influencer culture, arguing that viral personalities no longer understood the weight of their actions. Others treated it like a morality play about clout, recklessness, and the consequences of building a brand on shock value. The alleged found items became the most mythologized part of the story. Some creators claimed agents discovered paraphernalia or digital materials linking the Island Boys to individuals connected to 6ix9ine. Others argued the feds were only investigating as a precaution, following up on rumors rather than hard evidence. Regardless of the interpretation, the internet treated the situation as if the Island Boys were at the center of a much larger web, one involving street politics, entertainment drama, and federal oversight. Meanwhile, 6ix9ine's connection to the rumor added even more fuel. His name alone creates instant tension. Fans speculated whether he was the target of an ongoing investigation. Others suggested federal agents were monitoring people around him due to his long-standing history of dangerous feuds. The Island Boys' involvement, real or not, became a symbolic representation of how chaotic 6ix9ine's orbit can be. Anyone even rumored to be connected to him becomes part of a dramatic storyline, whether they want to or not. Some commentary channels took a more psychological approach, arguing that the Island Boys were spiraling. They pointed to their recent live streams, erratic behavior, and unstable interactions with fans as signs they were cracking under the pressure of fame. These creators suggested the rumor might be the wake-up call the duo needed. Others warned that the attention would only push the Island Boys deeper into extreme behavior, as scandal has always been their primary survival tactic. But the most interesting development came from fans who recognized the rumor as part of a larger pattern. Influencers rise fast, fall fast, and get consumed by narratives they don't control. The Island Boys had already faced dozens of controversies, but nothing as serious as alleged federal involvement. Even without verified facts, the rumor shifted how the public viewed them. They were no longer just chaotic entertainers. They became characters in a potential legal drama that threatened their entire public image. Ultimately, the scandal wasn't about what really happened. It was about what people believed could happen. The rumor became entertainment, storytelling, and cultural reflection all at once, transforming the Island Boys into the centerpieces of a dramatic narrative that kept growing with each new reaction video. When the dust finally began to settle, one thing became clear. Regardless of the truth behind the rumor, the Island Boys suffered the consequences of public perception. Even without confirmation from federal sources, the internet had already decided they were involved in something bigger than themselves. That's the danger of modern fame. Once a narrative catches fire, the truth struggles to catch up. The speculation around what investigators supposedly found became its own storyline. Some fans argued it proved the Island Boys were tangled in situations beyond their control. Others insisted the items were innocent and only appeared suspicious because of the rumor. Many believed the feds were simply doing due diligence due to 6ix9ine's history. None of these theories had evidence, but each added a new dimension to the unfolding drama, keeping audiences hooked. In the end, the real scandal wasn't the alleged break-in or the alleged investigation. It was how quickly the public was willing to assume guilt based on past behavior and online reputation. The Island Boys have long been seen as unpredictable, unstable, and reckless. So the rumor stuck, not because it was proven, but because it felt believable within the chaotic world they created for themselves. And this is where influencer culture shows its sharpest edge. Once your brand becomes associated with crisis, every rumor becomes a potential downfall. The situation also raised questions about the power of the internet to shape narratives without facts. People don't wait for police reports or official statements anymore. They react to headlines, TikTok edits, YouTube thumbnails, and exaggerated commentary. The Island Boys became victims of this cycle. A cycle they partly built, but one that ultimately swallowed them whole. What this scandal proves is simple. Public perception is the real judge, jury, and executioner in the digital era. Even if no charges were filed, even if the investigation was rumor rather than reality, the Island Boys' reputation took a massive hit. And because their careers rely entirely on public attention, even a false narrative can create long-term damage. In the end, the drama surrounding the alleged federal investigation became another chapter in the Island Boys' ongoing saga of chaos. But this time, it wasn't just messy live streams or viral arguments. It was a rumor that threatened to shift their entire trajectory. Whether they recover depends on how they respond, how the public moves on, and whether new scandals overshadow this one. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the rumor, the speculation, and the cultural reaction, make sure to like this video and subscribe so you never miss the next breakdown.